Hey, it's good to see you. Hello, and welcome to this video in which I am going to show you all of my rings. So, tonight I'm going to show you all of my rings, and because of that, I have brought my jewelry box into this room. It is made of leather with a black design over a kind of beige design or a beige background. And this was a gift my partner gave me, I think, 2 years ago. He bought it used because I loved this style and it was no longer being made. And I was really picky about my jewelry box. And yeah, so I just feel so lucky that he was able to find this for me. It is from the company Wolf, W-O-L-F, Wolf, which you'll see inside in just a second. So, most of my rings are in the top part. This little box here has pretty much all of them. But I have some on my hand, which we'll get to. And I also have some in this extra tray, which I will show you later. I think I like this lighting a lot because I like my hand in the mirror, but I'm also noticing that it draws a lot of attention because of the way the lighting is. So I hope that that is not too distracting. I had a video way back in the day, like doing hand movements in a mirror that I really liked. And this is making me want to do that again. But anyway, let's begin with the rings on my fingers. So, this ring is my engagement ring. It is a diamond, oval shape. I don't know the cut. And it has a bezel setting, so this wall of gold that comes up around it is called a bezel setting. It's super secure. It also keeps some of the light from getting in on the sides, which is why on the bottom it's open so that the light can get through. You can't quite see the light getting through, but it's very sparkly in the daytime. And then it has this fine millgrain detail around the bezel. So all those divots there you can see. Which, even though they're just little marks in the gold, I feel like it adds something to the brilliance of it. And the shank is very thin, which I like. I got a cuff band for my wedding ring that sits really nicely with it, but I do not have that yet. Then we have these rings that I wear all the time, probably more than my engagement ring even. They are all from Catbird. This is the tomboy ring in gold. I got all of these ages ago. And this is the mini version of the tomboy ring in gold, like the knuckle ring version. Here's a tiny twisted ring, and then a little one here. I think this is called the mignon knuckle ring. I wear these as a stack. I think these are 4.5, 4.5, but that one is a 5, and so it's a little bit bigger. So it sits on the bottom, and these kind of hold it on. I got these for myself a long time ago. This one, when I made a really big change for myself in my life, just to put myself first and be healthier also. And then these, I don't know why, but I kind of associate different values of this time with each of these. So this one to me has always kind of represented strength and flexibility and grace. And every time I look at this one, I just think like, you can make a change for yourself, you can change your life, because I did. So then we have these rings over here. The first one I'll show you is from Mauve. So this one is a 2-for-1 kind of deal. There are these linked rings. One is just a simple gold band, and the other one is twisted, kind of like this little guy. So this I wear on my right hand middle finger, or I wear it on my right hand thumb finger. I like it a lot here actually, but I wear it less often here because it's hard for me to type and to hold a pen and write when it's here, but I do like it there. It's a little big because they only had whole sizes, so I think this is a 9, but because it's a double ring like this, I can wear it on fingers that would normally be like an 8.5 or so. My fingers are not super small. They're a little above average, I think, size-wise. I'm not a very small person. So then we have this ring. It is a rainbow moonstone, so you can see the light coming through it like that. It's so pretty. If you look closely, you can see the rainbow just a little bit. In the daylight, you can see it better. It's just got these lovely soft lines, and I guess this would be considered a bezel setting, although it doesn't come up to the full height of the stone. Moonstone is pretty soft, so you have to be careful with this one so it doesn't get scratched. And I just love the design. I love how similar it is to my engagement ring, but also different. So I have been liking these all together. These kind of mimic one another, but there's like a tension between them because they're not quite the same. The quality of the stone is very different. One is soft, one is very brilliant, and the size is slightly different, but the size and the color are the same. So I like the delicate nature of those two combined with the thicker bands. If not, I put this one on my right hand middle finger. So just like that. This is a ring I bought for myself when I hit the 5-year mark of doing ASMR. I love ASMR, and if you can't tell from the way I've already been talking, jewelry has always served as a kind of milestone marker for me, way before weddings and engagements and everything. I use it to mark my own personal development also. And I thought moonstone was nice for something related to ASMR because it's a stone of intuition and of compassion, and it has this softness and this clarity and light to it. So that's why I chose it. Next up is this little threesome of tiny rubies. They don't look very red here to you, but they will soon. This one I got for myself, I think on sale in lockdown, as I was nearing the end of my Capricorn, or rather Saturn return. There, they look a little redder. So I wear it here. I think it looks better when my nails are either a dark red or a almost black color. It just looks better. So I wear it mostly in the winter for that reason. On my right ring finger, or sometimes if I'm not wearing these bigger bands, I will put it over here like that. So if you don't know, Saturn return is a time of trial and challenge. It really puts you through the ringer and tests you to become a better version of yourself and to put pillars in place, pillars of meaning for the next phase of your life. And it lasts 3 years usually. So I liked that this had 3 stones and rubies. They're not related to Capricorn, which is my sign, but they are related to Saturn for the Saturn return. And also Saturn is Capricorn's ruler. So with all of that, I bet you're like, wow, that's a lot of thinking about this and a lot of symbolism forged out of so little. But yeah, like I said, jewelry for me is so symbolic, not just socially or societally, but personally. So then there is this ring. It is this really wonderful diamond, kind of a bezel shape, like this kind of a rivet shape is really interesting to me. It's got a small pyramid point to it, and then we have this detail along the edges, little dots of gold. This one was a gift from my partner, and when I look at this one, I think just outlast everything. Outlast, just be the last one standing, you know, like, when you get knocked down, don't stay down. There's a certain hardness to this one, even in its elegance, that I really love. There's something about this ring that just makes me, not only reminds me, but makes me want to be more resilient. So I like to wear these 3 together. This one's a little big for this finger right now. Oh, whoops, I took that other one off. You're like, what 3? There are only 2. Okay, these 3, like that. Then we have 3 rings that I almost always wear all together in a little stack. You might have seen this in one of my videos before. This is the diamond pinprick ring from Catbird. So it's a little baby diamond hanging on this tiny hook, tiny hoop. And this is a ring from a company called Wake, W-W-A-K-E. It has an opal, I don't know if you can quite see, and then you can barely see, but next to the opal is an even tinier diamond than this one. And then this one, I forgot where I got it from, or I remember where I got it from, but not the name of the company or the maker. Let me explain. There was a company called Of a Kind that would do limited runs of kind of gifty things like jewelry and clothes and bags and paper goods. And it'd be like 50 of a kind, or 10 of a kind, or 100 of a kind. And so I got it from one of those limited runs. It has this kind of stopper here, and then a very tiny bit of turquoise that flies around on its little loop. There you go. So I like to put this one on the bottom, this one in the middle, and this one on top. I wear it sometimes on this finger, but more often on this one. I usually wear darker colors, so this is more of like a spring, summer vibe for me because it has all these light, whitish tones and some blue tones in the opal and obviously the turquoise. And I like the mixed materials here and the different bits that almost feel collaged when they're all together, like this guy sticking out, this guy flying around, this guy hanging down, you know. And I think they look nice with this diamond. It's all blue and white tones, and this stack together makes really good sounds when I make videos. So those are those. Alright, then we have this ruby and pearl cocktail ring, which was my partner's mom's, but she never wore it, so she gave it to me. I think it's gorgeous. I had to get it resized because, like I said, my fingers are bigger than most people's, and so are my feet, and so is my body, like for my size. So I got the band stretched slightly. There was plenty of material for that. And yeah, it's just really lovely. It's so big. I think it looks much better when my nails are longer and when my nails are dark. But it's such a statement. It's a little dated in its design, but in a way that I really love, and I love rubies also. So that's that one. Very pleased to have it. Then we have this tiny little guy made of pearls, just on a red piece of string, basically. And I put this one with, well, sometimes I wear it alone. Yeah, just like that. And sometimes I put it in this stack of guys. I think I put it in the middle. It depends. Definitely not on the bottom. So, like this. Put on the big one, then the pearls, and then these guys. So it looks like that. And yeah, I think it's nice altogether. And you know, they're real freshwater pearls. It's just a cute little thing. You can see the luster on the pearls. It's really beautiful. Moving on, we have this here tray with extra stuff in it. Obviously, many of these things are not rings, so I'm going to set it down and then pull the rings out. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, first up is this kind of costume jewelry ring that my parents gave me for Christmas probably 10 years ago, I want to say. It's 2 parts. This one's slightly bigger and has 4 bands. This one has 3. And it just is encrusted with all kinds of beautiful rhinestones or imitation diamonds. And then there's a little chain between. It is rose gold, but probably plated, I believe, because it's got a little wear on it from use. So I can wear this on my either ring finger, but for the purposes of this video, I'll put it on this one. It looks better with longer nails. And I just cut mine, but it looks like that on the back, and then it's just this beautiful bit of, what does he say? Is it in 10 Things I Hate About You? No, it's in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. He says that jewelry, like this marketing campaign, jewelry is frosting or icing or frosting, like frost yourself, something like that. So I think of that when I wear this ring, like it's very much, you know, just glitz. For a whole finger, a lot of glitz. One finger, lots of glitz. So that is that one. Wear it more around like the holidays, really, for an occasion or somewhere where you'd be wearing a cocktail ring. Then there's this ring that is, I believe, copper or brass hammered, and it's adjustable, which is really nice. My sister gave this to me as a Christmas gift several years ago, and yeah, we always talk about how we are each other's constants, like in life, have been able to see one another through many different life phases, and we were going to get matching tattoos at one point, but never did. And I was going to get, or I suggested this design of 2 parallel lines, one slightly longer than the other. We didn't get the tattoo, but then years later, she found this ring and got it for me. So obviously that's very lovely. You can see in the mirror how it looks at a distance. It's really beautiful. Then there are these 2 rings from my grandma, my maternal grandma. She was wonderful. I don't wear them enough because I don't wear silver very often, but I'll show you. This one has 2 pieces of turquoise and some other kind of stone, and then this one has many different stones, but she wore these both a fair amount, especially this one. I have a lot of memories of her wearing it, and I think as my hair grays, I'll probably end up wearing more silver, and I plan to wear these a lot. Yeah, she would wear this one all the time. She had long acrylic nails, and we would play cards with her all the time. And her acrylic nails, like if we were playing speed solitaire against one another, her nails would invariably deter you from trying to get close to her piles. not on purpose, but you know, acrylic nails, they can do some damage. So I think of her with these rings, of course, but then also playing cards with her. We play a lot of cards in my family. And finally, I have this ring from a thrift store in Chicago. I got it when I was visiting my sister. It was made in Italy. I got it for like 30 bucks. I think it's silver. I can't quite read it in the... Yeah, it's silver, and it was made in Italy. So what's so cool about it is that it has all these tiny etched beads, and they spin. And so all of these dots here are the ends of the poles or the sticks or the rods that the beads are on. And so you can spin them. So it makes lots of good sounds. And this is a kind of cocktail ring too, I would say. I almost wore it on Halloween because I was doing a whole silver thing, but then I didn't. But you can see in the mirror how it catches the light. It's so pretty. So I'm hanging on to it. It's a bulkier design than I usually wear, but I really love how the sparkle it gives off gives it a bit of elegance. It's just like a nice sparkly band. A big block of sparkle. So I'm hanging on to it for now. Of course, better with longer nails, but that's that one. And that is all. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I know a lot of you were looking forward to a video like this, and I'm really happy that I was able to do it. I'm taking this setup. I'll have to do more videos like this. I hope you are doing super, super well. And if you're not, that's okay too. I will talk to you very soon. And until then,